Luke, 1-1 in end. I think I'm quite happy with point towards end, to be honest.
They deserve to win it. I'm not going to big that up. I think we defended okay, but I think that's because Birmingham let us get away out of jail there. Hogan's had a stinker there if you're a Birmingham fan. He's
3 gilt-edged chances.
good. I like him as well. I think he's a good player, but he's just not been his day. And if they got the shooting boots, it's 4 or 5. Let's talk about our goal. Fantastic from Styles. That's what I want us to be doing more going forward, getting out of his feet and actually testing keeper, because in second half, you could have put a cone in net really. In second half, that's the only really gilt-edged shot we've had and we've scored.
Again, second half. Same last week, same against Coventry.
Well, we'll talk about our goal. We were like we were scared of it. Running away from it. You can't get Jukovic any space in box. And he's an old wily fox. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But soft goal, mate. Soft goal. It were coming as well. We got away with 2 chances from set pieces about 5-10 minutes before that. So it were coming, but we've not. I hate that when we give goals away. I don't mind teams scoring against us. That's a pet hate of mine. Giving teams goals. And all defence have got to blame for that. Not the Civic, because they were closest to it. He should have got rid of it, but that's where you need a leader in team to take responsibility, to man up. And in the second half, I think that's when you need an experienced player. Because we're under cosh there from 75 onwards until maybe the last 4 or 5 at end. We started second half strongly, but then we've run out of steam again. It just seems we just seem to run out of ideas.
Did we run out of steam today, or did we just lack ideas?
Lacked ideas, and I think a bit of both. I think system.
I'm not saying that in a negative or horrible way, but I just didn't see where we were scoring.
We got goal. I think first 20 we played really well, and then we've got goal, and then we seem to just stop what we were doing that were working. We got sucked into their game, which is physical. We need second balls, scrappy. We weren't playing on floor. For me, against Robertson, Pedersen and Dean, fruit channels on floor, and we're going long. Bread and butter for them all day. And obviously there were a problem from set pieces with long throw. You've got to do that, you know. They did that well. I think they got goal after a set piece in end. But we take point there because Birmingham got some good players in the side. Decent team. They went to Luton and got 5 last week. So I'm not saying that's got to compare for us, but for me, we need some leaders in team. Woodrow at end tried, but I feel for manager as well, because when it weren't working after 70, usually in a game, you've got a player to come on, change your game. Who did we have on bench today?
No, yeah, I've said that in vlog.
2 players that they won't actively get rid of, Victor and Miller, and one of them came on. And Victor might be a lovely bloke, but he's not championship standard week in, week out, is he? Because if he were, he's been here 4 years, he'd be starting by now. And he tried when he came on, he put a lot of effort in, he won as a free kick, he won as a corner. But you want a goal to win game. So I'll settle for a point, and I shouldn't be saying that at home, but I've got to, because of the amount of chances that they had. But international break now. Let's get these Belgians out of exile. Conway, I've heard your mourning. Welcome to morning club. What's it like to be on dark side now, eh? Hey. But listen, there's nothing they can do about that. I didn't like the fact that they've said it with fitness issues when it was visa. Just be transparent with us and set from first place. If it's something that FA are holding up, then obviously club can't note about that. But don't say it's fitness issues when it's visa. Don't like that. Transparency. I think it was good of them coming out, but at the same time, that's my piece on it. But for me, 3 players alone, left back, and a midfielder, older midfielder. Not even an older midfielder, it's another midfielder, because Kane, not obviously, were he on bench today? So he's either still injured or he's not fit enough yet. And obviously, if that's going to be the case over the season, you can't be, just be makeshift putting plasters over wounds. Got to get somebody in. I know he's only said 1 thing, but for me, we need 3. And yeah, you've got Anderson to come back, you've got John Williams to come back. Bench is going to be a bit stronger. With mid-table in September going into international break, with performances, I'll take that, mate, because there's been signs. This is the frustrating thing. There's signs today that we did some really good stuff, but then as well we're so frustrating at the same time. So that's the inconsistency when you get young lads in team. So that's for me over international break what I've got to work on. Work to Tuesday to get these lads in, because we need them in. Low, we were linked with, gone to Notts Forest, which is a blow. We've got a lad who's been linked with Norway, who's not going to be cheap because he's one of their best players. But if it makes us better in long term, they've got to put money hand in pocket and back manager. I know they've backed him because we brought players in, and it's not been players' fault. It's not been club's fault about them 2 lads. It's one of those things. It's shit, but it's one of those things. It's typical Barnsley. It only could happen to us. But we need, for me, to get rid of some at Deadwood that's not going to play. Free some funds up for January, and definitely 3 lads in. We need a leader. another leader in team. Last season, would we have won that game with Mowerton, Solbauer? I don't know, maybe. Just a little bit of know-how, game management.
Midfield, anyway.
Yeah,
Midfield's very.
Benson were quiet. I rate him, but he were quiet today. I think that were partly due to their midfield doing a job on him. Sucked him into their game. Defence, I felt that's our strong point, but again, we were creating his own problems because we're passing it front back, and this is what we're frustrating again. We were playing front back. Their Birmingham team were pressing. 50-50 kick from Collins. It's a 50-50 then. Just get it into their half, and it's still a 50-50 anyway. So it didn't make sense some of the stuff we were doing, but that's a system that is employing. So we just got to put up with it. But for me, 3 players in, get lads back injured. Hopefully, you got a better squad then, bit of strength in depth, and then you're not, looking in for September. We've got some tough games. It's not easy, Championship,
Bournemouth and Stoke.
2 points dropped. There's a point game for me that, and I'm usually not saying that. I'm personally
Usually saying we should have won.
Yeah, we should have won, but with chances that they have had and lack of creativity, especially in second half, Woodrow had that shot that were blocked, but keeper didn't do out, did he really? But we take that point, you move on. A lot to work on. The sign's there, but they need a little bit of help. That's what I think. They need a little bit of help.
All right, Luke, nice one.